What is good, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my week 3 breakdown video. We are going up against Prologo this week, or we went up against Prologo this week, and I'm sorry in advance. I am currently dying of the coronavirus. Not actually, but I do have a cold and I'm very congested right now. My sinuses are killing me. So my voice is going to be off and I'm going to voice crack a lot in this video, and I apologize in advance. But let's just get right into things. So I will show you guys his team, and then I will go over what I did. So here is the matchup sheet that I put together weekly. Personally, I think that his team has the advantage over mine in typing. But speed-wise, I think we're about even. If not, then maybe he has the advantage. On average, his Pokemon are probably faster than mine, but I do have Dragapult. And that's pretty much my fastest mon. Everything else is under base 100, but he has nothing over base 100, which means I naturally outspeed everything barring Choice Scarfers with Dragapult, which comes into play here in a bit actually. As you can see, I think his team seems very strong, very, very bulky. It's very, very balanced, I would say that. He's got lots of ways of defog now, rapid spin, you know. He's got, 2 hazard setters, so you never know. His team's pretty versatile. I like it a lot, actually. He doesn't have Dragon Stab, but he has lots of Fairy Stab, which, you know, kind of gets in the way of Dracozolt and Dragapult. And then there's lots of things that take care of Reuniclus, like Obstagoon and Copperajah, unless I'm running Focus Blast or Cursula. Because that thing is extremely bulky, if you didn't know. Like 130 base special defense or something like that. So, either way, his team's pretty strong. Let me go over the team that I'm bringing this week. Week 3 versus Prologo. So here's the team, guys. I started off with Dragapult because this is the first time I actually brought it for something. I didn't bring it last week because I was trying to psych out Luke, or I'm sorry, not Luke, Rob. I play Luke next week, that's why I'm thinking ahead, sorry. I brought Dragapult this week because I feel like Shadow Ball chunks his team except for Obstagoon, and I outspeed everything if I'm max speed with Specs. Shadow Ball does a lot to everything. It does about 40 to Clefable, if I'm not mistaken. It does about 35 to Sylveon, and a lot to Cursula, sorry. So, I brought this thing just to, it's as a revenge killer, and to come in and just hit Shadow Ball or Draco Meteor if fairies aren't around anymore. But I was expecting him to bring Clefable and Sylveon, not necessarily Aromatisse. So, that's basically Dragapult, and I'm bringing Scrafty here, okay? Now, I originally had a Assault Vest on this, but I decided I was going to go with a different strategy this week, and I have the Electric Seed, and I'm actually running Electric Terrain on my especially defensive Rotom Heat. This thing is basically here to switch in on to Clefable, Sylveon, anything like that. Any of those special attackers that give me, not me, I'm sorry. My Dracozolt trouble, because my Dracozolt is going to be the win condition of this match. But I'm running the Electric Seed on Scrafty just because I would prefer that something takes advantage of the electric terrain other than Dracozolt, which is actually Choice Scarf. And Adamant, Choice Scarf outspeeds everything on his team except for a Choice Scarfer. But this is good because Boldbeak in electric terrain OHKOs his entire team after Stealth Rocks, except for Sylveon, and it does like 80% to Sylveon, Kling, and it does about 60 to Kling, and Rotom Wash, and hit 2 at KOs. Everything else it kills 100% of the time. Excuse me, not Serena actually, but it 2 at KOs everything on his team. I'm faster than everything on his team. This thing is easily the best Pokemon for this week, for this matchup at least this week. Sorry, I'm like tripping over my own words. So yeah, I'm bringing Choice Specs, Dragapult, Electric Seed, Scrafty with 4 attacks. It gets knockoff because of Pokemon Home, which is very, very nice. I'm bringing Choice Scarf, Adamant, Dracozolt, Special Defensive Rotom Heat. Pretty standard Piloswine set, except for the fact that I'm bringing Toxic, and this set's kind of funky, but it lets me live a knockoff plus Facade from Obstagoon. Facade plus knockoff. So I would live the Facade, and then I would be able to take the knockoff. Before I would be able to live the Facade while he's burned, and I would be able to live the knockoff while he's not. Because it's guts and it's super strong. And I have no switch into a dark type besides Scrafty with Intimidate and resist it, but he kills me with close combat. So I'm bringing screens on Xatu with Defog, especially defensive, so I can have another switch into those pesky fairy types. So yep, that's the team, guys. Let's get right into the replay. Alright guys, I'm back with the replay. So, looking at his team, he brought almost everything that I thought he was going to bring. I thought he would bring Caparaja for sure, but he ends up bringing the Serena instead. And yeah, so let's just get right into this. Going into this, I thought that he was going to lead Obstagoon, trying to catch my Piloswine and knock off its Eviolite. So I actually lead Scrafty, thinking that I'm going to go slow on this so I can go over my thought process. So he goes for Obstruct here, and I just go straight for the knockoff because I want to get that Flame Orb off. And I live a close combat while he is not burned before he gets the Guts boost. So there's a long pause here, and I was thinking to myself, I think this is where I start to fall apart. And I know it's right at the beginning, but I'm thinking to myself, if he goes for knockoff here, trying to get my Assault Vest or Choice Band or whatever it is that I have on here off, and I go into Dragapult, which was I was thinking about going to Dragapult because I'm like, he might close combat, but then I'm like, if he knockoffs and I go into Dragapult, I lose. And I said to myself, I think Dragapult is more important in this game than Scrafty is. So I end up staying in and going for the knockoff, and he goes for CC and kills me. I am -2 defense. So Scrafty goes down like turn 2, which is super unfortunate, but it's okay because then I get a free switch into Dragapult. And I go for the Dragon Pulse because it killed Obstagoon 100% of the time, but he makes the right play. Goes into Clefable. So I go switch straight on to Rotom Heat, take this Moonblast. Absolutely does absolutely nothing. And I try and make a play here. I go for the Volt Switch here, expecting him to switch out because why would he stay in when he just protects the Scout? Very smart on him, very good prep. And then I go for the Thunder Wave here, expecting maybe Serena to come in or something else to come in, and he goes for Hydro Pump. Now, I calc this, and I would live a Hydro Pump, and I would be able to go for Volt Switch and get out of there and go straight into my Dracozolt because he has 0 switch-ins to a Bolt Beak. And that was going to be my play. I clicked Volt Switch here, and he was Specs. And I knew he was Specs because I lived that 100% of the time. And yeah, I died. So that's unfortunate. But then I just go straight into my Dragapult here, and I click Shadow Ball, and he goes Cursula. This is Specs, Shadow Ball. It doesn't even 2-hit KO this thing. So I'm like, I don't even know what to do here. So he just goes for Shadow Ball. It chunks me a little bit. I go out into Mark. I try and get up my rocks because it would help me later in the game. He Hydro Pumps me. It does a lot. But I kill it with Earthquake after this. So right now it is 4-5 in his favor. Very unfortunate. So I have 0 switch-ins to this. So I have to let Mark go down. I thought I'd outspeed. I just went for EQ. So I just didn't really want to click Ice Shard there. So, going to Xatu, gonna get up my screens, and I go for Reflect. And so, he goes into his Obstagoon, right play. He knocks me off. That's fine, because I U-turn. U-turn straight out into my Dragapult. my Draco's ult, I'm sorry. So then I go for the Bolt Beak here. If I'm not mistaken, I go for the Bolt Beak here. Hit it. It does 70% to Serena. So then I switch out thinking that he's Scarf. Go right into this. And it turns out he wasn't. He Rapid Spin. Now, if I stayed in and went for Bolt Beak there, I probably could have won the game. But I think that's where I lost the game for sure here, because now he's +1. Killed himself with Serena. Now he gets a free switch into something else, which was Rotom. I totally would have had my Xatu for a sack. So if he came in with Rotom and he hurt me, then it's fine. But he missed his Hydro Pump here. And so I just go for Shadow Ball because I know he's not going in Obstagoon. Chunks this thing down. And I go for another one because, I need to get damage off so I can kill it with Bolt Beak. So I can for sure kill it with Bolt Beak. So now he makes a play. He goes into Sylveon to preserve differential, which is smart on his part. I outspeed and go for another one. If I got the Spadef drop there, I probably could have maybe done something. I don't know. It's very hard to tell at this point. I made a very bad play at the start of this game, lost momentum. So I go into Draco's ult here. Now, the probability, shout out to Jim for this, he did the math. This kills. I now know that his Rotom wasn't bulky. Bolt Beak 2-hit KOs Bulky Rotom with full HP, or 100% HP with max HP, and a little bit of defense investment. It 2-hit KOs that. Otherwise, a 1-hit KOs Rotom. And I know he was Specs, which means that I know he was no bulk. He was full special attack. And it kills max HP Rotom 100% of the time. Adamant Scarf. It kills Sylveon at this range. It kills Obstagoon when it's at like 50. Clefable's at 22. The probability of me hitting 4 Bolt Beaks in a row is a 40% chance. So I didn't actually know this at this time. I just knew I had to hit every single one for me to win because I outspeed everything. And he has no priority left on his team. As you can see, 44%, 22%. It kills Rotom at full. And I kill Sylveon at this range. So the probability of me winning this game is 40%. He protects. I go for Bolt Beak because there's no other way for me to win this game. I set up this game perfectly for my Draco's ult to reverse sweep his team. And I'm sitting here like, oh my gosh, I just need to hit every single one of these. I miss the first one. And he kills me. So, he 4-0s me. Good game to Prologo, though. He did a very, very good job of prepping for my team. Specs Rotom caught me off guard. I love bringing specially defensive Rotom heat, and I think he knows that, so he brought Specs so he could ensure that he killed me. I didn't get the electric terrain to go up, but if I got the electric terrain up, I would have killed that Serena on the switch-in. And I would have probably won the game from there if I would have hit all my Bolt Beaks, because I for sure killed everything on his team. Obstagoon was near full. Clefable was near full. I probably 2-hit KO'd the Clefable, and he probably could have killed me, but I would have had like half my team at that point. I could have made something happen potentially. I don't know. It's all what coulda, woulda, shoulda, you know. So that's the game. GG's to Prologo. He played extremely well. I think he played this game perfectly. Perfectly enough to win at least. And I don't think he made very many mistakes. I think he got a little unlucky with the Hydro miss, but he got redeemed with that, with the hustle miss. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more BJL content. This is week 3. Shout out to Prologo for the match. Yeah, what can I say? Like, subscribe if you're new. Share with your friends. And it's been Archer, guys. Peace out.